Those clouds are building in. You can kind of see some darker clouds out there. We've been dealing with mist and sprinkles over the last few hours. I noticed that started at about 3, but it's been really light across the area, and it was actually still pretty warm today. 61 is your official high this afternoon, 43 typical. 46 is where we started off this morning. It was really warm out there as you stepped out the door. 21, your typical low. 74, the record high in 2017, and 22 below. Look at that, 2021. That was a year ago today. If you remember those rolling blackouts, that was a year ago today, really cold. So this morning it was actually 77 degrees warmer than the year ago, which was incredible to think about. Right now we're sitting in the 40s, so the temperature has dropped pretty rapidly from the 60s we saw in the afternoon hours, and you can see a little bit of that moisture developing on the radar. It's just been spits and sprinkles for us. This is still that area of low pressure that still has to track towards our direction. That's going to give us our next winter system. But as I've been watching the models coming in the afternoon, they continue to trend down towards the south of us, which is really going to give us some interesting snowfall totals. For those of you that are kind of over the snow, it's some better news than what we talked about this morning. So we have been upgraded. It's a winter weather advisory. Winter storm warnings remain down towards our south. So that pink area, that's a higher level of a storm warning. That's where the greater impacts are going to be. And you'll see that's going to track right through parts of Oklahoma City, all the way up towards Chicago. And once again, we're going to be on the end of it. So let's track this out as we move towards the rest of tonight. Spits and sprinkles, just like what we're seeing out the door this evening. The farther south and east you live, the better chance for some rain. Really not going to be until about midnight that we see that temperature dip down below the freezing point. Any of those spits and sprinkles still left over out there will change to sleet and freezing rain. The good news is, while this trends more down towards the south, it takes the ice down towards the south as well. So I think we could still have slick spots on the road by tomorrow morning, but as you step out the door, don't be surprised if you don't see a lot of snow by tomorrow morning. I think most of our snow is going to push in closer to the 6 o'clock hour in tomorrow morning, and then it should push out by noon. And again, not going to be a huge snowfall event. I've kind of backed off a little bit from the totals we talked about this morning. Less than about 2 inches here in St. Joe. I think we'll be closer to that 1-inch mark. Farther down in Buchanan County, will be close to that 2 inches. Almost no impacts in extreme northwest Missouri, where you don't have any advisories. And then it quickly starts to tack up down towards our south because it continues to trend that way. 19 tonight for your low. One thing I'm sure of, it's going to be cold tomorrow. 25 by the afternoon. Snow showers. It's going to be light. I still put the weather alert though on your Thursday for that system, but we quickly start to warm up again. We should see the 50s return by the end of your weekend.